Welcome back to Extra Shot, our weekly show about the funniest stories in sport. On the show today, Netflix's hottest star is thrown out of a non-league match for his meltdown at the ref.
Google me, I'm on Netflix.
Furious neighbours spoil David Beckham's big birthday bash.
If you're stuck at a party with Tom Cruise at 3:35 a.m, it's probably there chewing Romeo's ear off about L. Ron Hubbard.
And Dutch football's crime wave has a new hero.
Where's all the good carjacking
Like the lost art of carjacking. My name's Jack. Zach and JP are here as ever.
Hello.
Hi, Jack.
Hello, how are we doing?
Really good, thanks.
Yeah,
Real good.
Real good.
Real good.
Feeling real good today.
I was just looking at Lamino Mal's dad. Did you see during the Champions League game on Tuesday? I think it was right when Inter got their penalty. He posted a picture of himself. He didn't post a picture. He posted a live stream on Insta. He's just making scrambled egg. He's just cooking.
While the match is on.
Yeah, I don't know how. Let me just show you.
An absolute chiller.
Yeah, look. I don't know if he's got the TV on in front
Doesn't
of him.
even look like he's got it.
Or if he's like, I can't watch, so I'm just making it.
Yeah.
That is scrambled egg, isn't it? Big old batch.
Also, he looks like 30.
He is, mate, he's younger than me and probably you.
How old are you? Can't tell people.
Prefer not to, never ask a lady that. No, he's. I think he's 34. I'm 35,
Jesus.
I think. Am I?
I don't know.
Nearly
You should
36.
don't look at me.
36. Yeah, he's young. He's actually really funny. So you know his handle on Insta is Hustle Hard 304, and you can see he's actually wearing an apron that says Hustle Hard.
He strikes as one of those dads who's really tough on his kid, though.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think?
you'd have to produce Lamino Mal. Surely you're like quite.
Do you think?
pushing
I
it.
feel like they've got quite a matey relationship.
Yeah, because
Have you seen the mural he's got of them in his house?
No.
I don't think I think we didn't talk about it, but there's a video of him like seeing this mural being painted on his wall for the first time. It's like amazing mural, and he walks into the room, and Lamino Mal is probably half the size of him. It's like him with his arm around Lamino, but his head is like it's twice as
It's
big.
all about him. Yeah, we're looking at his head is the size of Lamino. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he is bigger than him. Fuck, he's given himself proper turkey teeth as well.
Maybe he has got proper turkey
Yeah, but do
teeth.
you want that in the mural?
I mean, if you've spent however much you have on the turkey teeth, then
Sorry, is this in the family home?
Yeah. Immortalise them,
his
surely.
gaff.
This
Is he
is so
single?
unusual.
Like, is he with Lamino's mum?
I
I've never
mean,
seen her. He's got
I
quite
think-
single energy.
I mean, I'm getting
Yeah.
like Neymar dad vibes here.
Yeah, little
You know?
bit. Yeah, he got stabbed.
he got stabbed. Yeah,
Who is
What
dad?
got into
Yeah.
some kind of a scrap in Barcelona.
He was
near
walking
where
his
they
dog,
live.
and someone yelled abuse. Some kids yelled abuse at him from a balcony.
And
and-
they threw a water balloon
Yeah,
at
they
him, I
threw a
think.
water bomb at him.
And he got-
Classic
he
kid
got
stuff.
angry.
It's a hot day. He got angry, and then the kid's like scary uncle came and stabbed him in the leg.
Jesus.
Yeah, pretty awful.
That escalated quick.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a good character. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of stabbing people, that's,
Go on.
that's actually too much. That's a very grim transition, actually. But I've been watching Adolescence recently.
Yeah.
I've only watched the first 2 episodes actually because I always like to remain at least 2 to 3 months behind the zeitgeist. But it's good. I'm really enjoying it. Stephen Graham, who plays the dad, is excellent in it. I thought.
He is.
And he obviously starred in it, but he also devised the whole thing, co-wrote it. And he's done quite a lot of interviews where he's explaining that he wanted to shine a light on toxic masculinity and all of the sort of malevolent things that young people are coming into contact with online. And, he absolutely nailed it. After this performance, I saw people mentioning him as the greatest modern British actor, or in that category.
Bit far, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's
I'd
sort
say he is. Him and
I
Danny Dyer. What?
yeah, and Vinnie Jones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's up there for
He's very
sure.
good.
It kind of feels like he's sort of tiptoeing towards national treasure status.
Yeah.
His performances in lots of things have been amazing. He's magnetic on screen, and in interviews off it, he comes across as affable, amusing, articulate. Although, try telling that to the non-league ref who had the misfortune of crossing paths with Stephen at a match recently. So he went along to watch Barrow Town. They were taking on the mighty Heather St. John's reserve squad. And his nephew actually was playing for Barrow. We've got a picture of him here at a game. Looks like a proper hooligan, actually.
I mean, he's actually going for like, this is England vibes there, isn't he?
Yeah. And while he was at the game, he decided to engage in a little bit of toxic masculinity himself. So midway through the second half, he completely lost the plot with the referee. So he yelled at him. He called him a fucking Teletubby and a fat, useless twat.
Fucking Teletubby.
Yeah, and then he yelled out to ask the ref whether you got bullied at school. Which, considering the content of Adolescence, is quite on the nose, really.
Yeah.
Pot kettle black.
Yeah. He accused the ref of being on a power trip and made what was described as a crude reference to a sex act, which I presume is a wanker sign.
Okay.
Yep.
Now
And
he's
then,
doing the blowjob gesture.
they're sort of the big two, really, aren't they?
It's possible.
It's possible.
So the pegging.
Yeah. Come on then, lads.
Yeah, he did one of those two. I'm not exactly sure. Before yelling, "Google me, I'm on Netflix." Just in case the ref wasn't exactly sure who he was.
That's a different side to
Jesus.
Stephen Graham, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Surely if you're going on like that, you want to keep a low profile just in case anyone's...
you would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you trying to? I mean, he's saying, "Do you know who I am?" But
Right.
why?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Is the ref gonna like respect him or back down if? Yeah.
This isn't going to go well.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen Adolescence, then
Yeah. Pretty dark.
toxic masculinity can have some horrible consequences.
As can bullying at schools.
Yeah.
I can't believe he said that.
Yeah, that's
Given that he's been sort of like sitting down with Mark Kermode or whoever
Yeah.
on like Radio 4 and sort of waxing lyrical about how young boys need role models.
Yeah. A lot of
Is Teletubby because he's fat? Because it sounds
he
like
also
the ref
called,
was
he
fat.
also called him a fat fucking twat
Yeah.
as well.
But does Teletubby mean you're fat? Does it just mean you're a bit sort of like simple? Both.
Oh, both.
Depends which
Go for
Teletubby.
both, yeah.
Well, who's
Well, it depends if you're Dipsy, Lala, or Poe, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
yeah. Aren't they? Or
I
Tinky
think
Winky?
Tinky Winky's sort of the more intelligent.
Yeah.
Right.
one, I think.
You're not getting called Tinky Winky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dipsy's obviously the
Dipsy's the
thick as
fucking-
What do you think he was
fuck.
thinking of? He was thinking of Dipsy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Nunu, maybe.
What's Nunu?
You know, Nunu the Hoover
We've talked about Nunu before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
was in the.
Got quite a lot of trouble with
we got-
Instagram. for that. We were talking about Daniela Westbrook. Do you remember the
Yeah.
actress from EastEnders who
Yeah.
did so much coke in
Coke.
the middle of her septum? Her septum fell out, so her nose was just a big hole. And I said that when I look at the photo of when her nose was like that, it looked a bit like it reminds me of Nunu,
The Hoover.
the Hoover from Teletubbies.
Naughty Nunu.
It was Jack, our video producer's first day on the job, and he made an Instagram reel of it, and there was a mock-up of Daniela as Nunu.
Instagram, no like that.
Yeah, Instagram banned us for 2 months. Sort of just recovering from it now.
Yeah.
Was it a good first day, that?
Yeah, he broke a fucking Insta. Nunu.
Crude jokes.
Anyway,
yeah.
so Stephen Graham, did you get in trouble for this?
He did. So
Did you get sent off in the...
Yeah, so the referee held the game up for 8 minutes and refused to continue the match until Stephen was removed from the touchline.
Jesus.
Can you send off a fan? No.
He was made to go and sit in the bar for the rest of the game.
Have a Coke.
Yeah.
You can imagine him
Calm
just
down.
seething at the table.
Yeah, with all the old boys in the bar.
Yeah.
Just have
get
some
him in the
scampi
warm.
fries,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah, so the FA afterwards launched an investigation into it, and Barrow got a £190 fine for failing to control their supporters.
I mean, surely Stephen's got to put his hand in his pocket.
You would
for
think
that.
so. You'd hope so.
I
Fucking
don't know.
Netflix.
Seems like there's a big resurgence in lower league refs getting abused. Last 2 weeks, we've had the shit in the shoe,
True.
Oh, yeah.
and now we've got Stephen Graham abusing refs.
Who? I swear there was a ref who did something similar to
It was
this.
Andre Mariner. So I think he was at one of his kids' matches, like an under-9s football match, and he got sent off, sent away from the stands for abusing the ref.
That's amazing.
Which I quite like.
Yeah.
Passionate.
Yeah.
It's a bit fucking rich of him to then complain about how refs are treated, if he does.
The circle of abuse.
Do you feel like that's years of abuse built up inside
Yeah,
him, and then he
yeah.
watches his kid play, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Fucking let's go."
This is how
Under 9s game. Come on.
Aye.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen Gray will be able to tell you about how the circle of
Yeah.
abuse just goes on like that. Probably do a Netflix drama about it.
Yeah.
Has Stephen Graham, so he's not banned or anything?
I don't think he's been banned, but I'm sure he's sort of
5-game
person
touch.
non grata.
Yeah.
Barrow, imagine.
Probably won't be going to the next game.
Yeah,
Weren't they just
yeah.
playing like someone's reserves? It didn't sound.
They were, there was the reserve team of St Helens or something.
We don't know
like
what the
that. I don't
context
know.
was. It a bad call from the fucking telly?
I don't
Could have
know.
been.
Don't know what.
Could have been.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
sure if you ask Stephen, then he'll have a few.
To be fair, he looks
Choice
like
words on it.
he looks like he's dressed for the occasion and up for it, given that photo.
Google
know what I
me.
mean?
I'm on Netflix. what is the best you're hoping to happen
Yeah.
from that?
Actually, speaking of the destructive effects of screen time on teenagers, Luke Littler was back on Angry Ginger's live stream last week, playing FIFA or probably FIFA. He's a big FIFA head, and he was interrupted by Jolie Sharp, who's a
The
presenter.
yeah.
She's the one. She went viral for an interview she did at the Euros last summer, talking about Gareth Southgate, where she was just really hot, basically.
Nice.
She was really hot, but she was also very
she comes
nice.
across really nice.
Nice.
She's really nice.
She's really big. She's got pretty big now, right?
Sounding a little bit incel yourself over there. And she was given a job
Spending
because she's hot. And as you know, 80% of women are attracted to 20% of men. Don't fucking blue
No,
pill.
you're not,
she's
you're not
bitter,
bitter, are you?
I think she's a really talented presenter.
Good.
She's got a really good skill set.
You go, Jolie.
But
No,
she's
she genuinely is. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've been told. No,
Been commenting on her Insta, have you?
I've been on her and stuff.
He's slipping into the DMs.
Anyway, yes.
Anyway, she is a proper presenter on, admittedly, the Baller League.
Yeah,
But,
nice.
she does do some other more legit stuff as well. But anyway, while Luke is playing Xbox, she comes up to him and tells him that he's really good at darts.
Fair enough.
And he replies, "Nah, chill, begging it." We've got
chair.
a clip of it.
Hi, I've never met
You
you,
okay?
but I really think
Nice
you're
to
great
meet
at dance.
Do you?
Obviously.
Yeah, chill back in it.
DBI, that's what he said. He said DBI.
What did he say?
Oh, I think you got it.
DBI, I said DBI, I said
What
DBI,
did he say?
DBI.
DBI.
What is DBI?
I actually
no,
looked
DBI
this
is don't beg it.
Don't beg
From
it.
what
Yeah.
can we get a translation from our sources in year 9? who
Yeah.
know what this
So
shit
yeah,
means?
from what I can learn, nah, chill, begging it. Obviously,
What does that mean?
It means calm down and stop being so desperate.
Right, yeah, you're being a
essentially.
bit keen.
Yeah.
And what does DBI
yeah.
mean? Don't beg it.
Don't beg it.
Yeah.
Which means don't be desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They mean the same thing. DBI.
It's a very boy who doesn't necessarily know how to talk to girls because he spent his life in like, old man pubs and Xbox world.
The only women he's had contact with growing up was like 68-year-old landladies.
That was a very like show off to your mate style comment.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
very
Don't
teenage boy.
DBI, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't Angry Ginge get him last time when he had he had that girl in the room when he was playing FIFA and she was like, "I'm just really tired. Can I go to bed now?" And then Angry Ginger was like, "Have you got a girl in your room?" And he was like, "Don't fucking say that. Someone could screenshot this." And like,
But to be fair, his girlfriend was getting like mental.
Yeah.
fans.
He's got a new girlfriend now.
Yeah, he
You
has.
see.
But I think he has to be quite private because they get all these like. I mean, I don't understand people who send hate mail to celebrities. I definitely don't understand people who send hate mail to the girlfriends of darts players. Yeah, great, but they do.
Of a 17-year-old darts player. Just leave it out.
I mean, the public
the hell is wrong with you?
they're obsessed with him, aren't they?
Yeah, as
The
a we.
papers.
The papers.
Just
or-
in general, like his love
girls.
life and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
a fascinating character though because in some ways he sounds like and looks like he's 40,
yeah,
and then in other ways he's like a teenage boy,
Mm.
yeah.
as this example shows, where he's a
Yeah.
bit like doesn't want to look away from his mum's like asking him if he wants a fucking Rustler burger or something. And he's like, Mum, I'm playing Xbox.
Yeah.
Also, I think that is Angry Ginge has a box at the Ballers League.
Of
Because he's a
course.
manager. And so I think Littler was like, it's like being in the director's box. And like instead of sipping champagne, you're like, I don't know.
Having
Owning-
monster energy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
playing
Fortnite.
FIFA. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like the new.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to see
Doritos
there's that
heat wave.
parallel.
Doritos heat wave.
Yeah. He's gone Insta official with his new girlfriend though.
Nice.
Posted a picture of
Oh,
them
right.
together.
Yeah.
Congrats.
We're looking at now.
She's got a vape in her hand.
She's got a massive vape, which she is the one.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Good luck to the pair of them. I hope they're happy.
Right, I've got a slightly more sport-related story
Oh.
because the worst kept secret in football is out. Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to Real Madrid. Apparently in Spain, he's known as Arnold. Arnold.
Hey, Arnold.
Because they've just taken the end of the Arnold. I don't know why that's so funny. I really hope it's
Arnold.
Mi gusto Arnold y Bellingham. I really hope Arnold. I bet he gets Trent on his back now, though.
Yeah.
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 Do you reckon he'll keep his 66? Is it 66?
Yeah, I mean, that's not taken, is it?
Oh, it's very Madrid sort of number, isn't it? They always got
yeah.
weird shit going on.
But I
like
don't
that.
think he'll have Arnold.
Arnold is great. It's
Yeah.
also really not the vibe that he's
No,
going
he'll go
for.
for Trent. Or TAA. Anyway, we all knew the reaction from Liverpool fans would be fucking unhinged. And I'm pleased to report they have delivered. I've seen some videos of his shirt
Yeah.
on fire.
Mhm.
Saw that.
One guy who's like, it won't burn that well, and he's just inhaling fumes from it on his washing line for ages. You imagine you like look in the next door neighbour's garden, you're like, what's that smell? And it's a bloke burning Trent
It's just
shirt.
Trent
With
memorabilia.
a selfie
Selfie
stick.
stick. Yeah, I was looking through some online abuse. They're calling it sickening, stomach churning. And my favourite reply. So Trent obviously posted a big tweet thanking the fans, and this guy Paul LFC4 replied. He posted a picture of this banner that said, "He who betrays will always walk alone." And then he captioned it, "You fucking rat cunt, Trent. Never welcome back in our city. Never a legend. You'll always walk alone. Burn in hell, you fucking cunt." He's been at the club
What
for
is-
20 years.
Yeah.
He's won every
It's
trophy.
literally won everything there is to win.
Interestingly, that banner, I thought it was for Trent, but it was actually Fernando Torres when Liverpool played Chelsea for the
Jesus.
first time.
Mm.
Which I know Torres got them the 50 million transfer fee.
Yeah.
And this time everyone's complaining that Trent should have stayed and got them a transfer fee instead of going on a free. It's almost
But-
like you can't win.
But
Yeah.
I mean, they've never paid any money for him other than wages.
I
So
know,
it's like
Exactly.
They got their value out
He
of
said-
Trent.
And
20
also, like,
years.
That's their fault for not putting him on a long contract.
contract.
if
Yeah.
that's,
Chelsea
like-
do that.
But it used to be back in the day, people used to be like, oh, he's served out his contract, like he's done the right thing. And now it's flipped.
Yeah.
But when
just-
Torres did the fee thing, that was wrong as well.
Yeah. Did you see the interview that Jamie Carragher gave on Monday Night Football?
No.
So he was doing a Q&A about Monday Night Football, and then then the interviewer asked him about Trent, and he does this long monologue about why they need to replace him and why Trent was so good, and then the interviewer tries to cut off, and he goes, "Do you mind if I say something?" And he goes, "I am fed up of everyone telling Liverpool not to be emotional. We will be emotional if we want to be emotional." And the interviewer's like, "Okay, and on to the next bit."
Yeah, sorry, I haven't finished. But also, I'm sorry, Jamie Carragher's constantly telling people how to feel. Being
Yeah.
like, Harry Kane needs to leave. I also saw him say, no one had ever seen title celebrations like these. It's like, I mean, they were good title
Yeah.
celebrations, but
They just get very
Yeah, and I do love
hyped
it.
up.
I
I do love it.
Yeah, I saw a good side by side tweet from like an Anfield account talking about, it was last summer when they were trying to sign Supermendy, and the tweet was like Supermendy needs to know that it's time to move on. He's been like, the only reason he's staying is because he's been a one club man, but he needs to move on to further his career. And then the same account tweet a year later being like, Trent Alexander is a disloyal cunt.
But it's like, can
Yeah.
you not be sad without being angry? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
it's a
Spurs-
very fine
just
line with
Spurs
them.
fans
lot.
with Kane got that right, actually.
Yeah.
It was a bit pathetic in its own way. but
Yeah.
they just took it.
Yeah.
I can see it being like pretty hostile on the weekend.
Yeah, so are they going to boo him?
Yeah.
It's the last game at Anfield
Just-
this season, isn't it?
I just
Yeah,
think
I
I
can
boo
see.
him. I
And
just
then
think
the
they're like
title
that.
parade.
Yeah, they're just like very hyped up at the minute about him leaving.
I think it's ridiculous, to
It's
be honest.
insane.
Like he's done given them so many good years
Yeah.
of service. He's won literally everything there is to win.
Leaving with a league
and now
win.
leaving with a league win, leaving with them in like a really strong position.
Hmm.
And like it's fair enough. Like he just wants to try living abroad, like play for a different team. It's
I mean, I think there are a lot of
Insane.
Liverpool fans who do have that rational view, but obviously, let's focus
Dunno.
on the mad ones.
Don't know.
yeah.
I mean, we said a month ago if they really wanted to keep Trent, they would have just enlisted the services of a friendly local gangster like they did with Steven Gerrard. But actually, Trent is facing an even more brutal punishment than a visit from the Iceman, because he has been banned from Pop World, the local, I say nightclub. It's an institution.
It cuts deep.
Yeah, he's barred.
That's yeah.
Or is Pop World like
You've never been to Pop World?
Afraid not, mate.
I have. I mean, it's like student clubs or sticky
Oh,
floors,
right,
lurid
yeah.
colours, Mr. Brightside.
Oh yeah.
Very cheesy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Trent, when you're nibbling on Padron peppers with Balenciaga models in Madrid, just realise
Yeah.
that you will never do the cha-cha slide on those sticky floors ever again.
I saw he got banned from the Hot Water Comedy Club as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One after the other, like dominoes.
Mm.
Is Pop World a bit like Infernos in Clapham?
Yeah, but not full of like rugby players and
It's
Aussie
full of
cunts.
like gangster scousers.
I just more normal crowd, but just like
It's like a student nightclub.
cheesy
yeah.
student club. Every town's
Right.
got
Yeah.
one, hasn't it? Well, I mean,
You can
Inferno's is
go.
that,
You
I'm
can go
being
there.
harsh
Go
with
there
that.
to meet. Go there to meet the Wheelstone Raider.
Yeah. Jamie Lang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Inferno's, I'm being a bit harsh on.
Yeah.
That, but I probably
Nothing
wouldn't.
wrong with Infernos.
There's a bit. Anyway, yeah, it's all quite mental for poor old Trent. The mural as well. Thing is, there's some Liverpool fans who are being really funny. We talked about it last time when they're like, the corner wasn't even that quick against Barcelona.
that was
And,
that was
have you
great.
seen they've like redone the mural, the Trent mural?
What was in they've
Endo.
got?
Yeah, with Endo.
Oh, they
So-
painted it over.
No, they've like photoshopped
Oh,
it, so it
okay.
says, "I'm just a young lad from Yokohama."
Is that going to get
His dream
graffiti?
came true.
Is that that's not actually been done, right?
No, it's a Photoshop.
I mean, I'll give it.
Are they? Has the mural been defaced yet?
Yeah, I was about to say how
no,
long.
but it's really near the stadium, isn't it? It's like
Do you think they're
on
going?
a
to
hill
Do you think they're
road
going to do
somewhere.
one like they do with Banksy's, like
Glass.
a glass shield?
that would be
over it?
great. Or just peel it
Um,
off and put it in a gallery.
I reckon that's getting defaced in the next couple of
Yeah,
She's a-
surely before
Yeah.
the game.
I'm
Yeah.
bang up for that.
Yeah. Someone's going to egg it or
Poor
something.
bloke.
At a minimum.
Yeah, and then I've also seen people being like, "How can you go to a rival?" It's like, look, okay, you play them on average every year, every other year, but like it's in another country.
Yeah.
Quite a few Liverpool players have gone over there, though. If you think
Yeah,
about
Owen
it.
McManaman. Apparently, this is the worst.
Yeah.
Which is so unfair.
Cuts the deepest.
Speaking of previously beloved sons, the Brooklyn Beckham family feud is going up a notch. Brooklyn's going full Prince Harry, I would say. He's like cutting himself off. So basically, I think we talked on a recent pod that Brooklyn is not speaking to his brother Romeo because Romeo's going out with this girl Kim, who Brooklyn had a thing with.
Is that not a bit weird now he's like married? Like, why would you give a
yeah,
shit?
I think they
Yeah.
think she's bad news.
Right.
Is what's Brooklyn's wife's name again?
Peltz.
Nicola.
Nicola.
Nicola
Does she not like him?
I think that's possibly part of it. We'll get on to Nicola in a second, but this feud's escalated because it was David Beckham's 50th birthday recently,
Don't we fucking know it?
and yeah, David Beckham he's what I call a birthday person. It's my birthday week. I'm gonna have a cake with my friends, cake with my family. Some people are like that.
He's taking the week off work.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't know whether he does work.
Yeah, taking the day off for your
Yeah.
birthday, I personally think is pathetic. But anyway, David has had a series of celebrations. So he's had a house party in the Cotswolds, dinner with celebs in Notting Hill, a party in Miami, a family lunch in Paris, and a boys' fishing trip to Scotland. So he really is
Who's
doing
on the boys' fishing trip?
just him and his sons, but not
No,
Brooklyn.
no
Brooklyn didn't
Brooklyn.
come.
No
So
Brooklyn.
Romeo and
Are they making Brooklyn pay for his own security? Is that why?
Yeah, I mean, I actually was thinking, I think the deal with these parties is it's one for like all his different crews. So like Miami is workmates. Then you've got your countryside friends in the Cotswolds. You've got family dinner. You've got family lads. And then you've got your celebrity mates in Notting Hill.
And then to top it all off, a boys' fishing trips.
Yeah.
Dumping.
I mean, it's a lot. I was looking. So
Scotland.
the Notting Hill party with all his celeb mates. It was at this place Core by Claire Smith. That I sometimes walk past and I thought it was like money laundering. There's never anyone in there.
Well,
But apparently it's the best restaurant in London. It's like multiple Michelin stars. Anyway, Bex booked it out and they were having a raucous time. Gordon Ramsay, Tom Cruise were there.
I saw his best mate David Gardner with that Victoria's Secrets model. David Gardner's about 5'4" and she's about 6'8".
Really?
It was like one of those ones where I'm like, I don't know. You don't know whether they're actually going out, do you?
Is David Gardner a model or is
He's
he?
his best friend from childhood, I think.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, he's
it's a
done
really
well.
weird one.
How's
Well, I guess if you're David Beckham's best mate, you can pull a worldie, can't you?
well, that's just the halo effect on your mates.
Yeah.
That's mad. I'm fascinated by these guys who are just like mates with.
You're
mate
going to have that
stuff.
effect
Yeah.
one day.
with the JP defiles.
Yeah.
I've now got a 6'8" boyfriend. Anal Dave. Thanks, JP.
Reach for the stars, Jack.
This is Dave. He's a model.
He actually fancies JP, but
Yeah. It's a bit of a Ryan and Rocky Giggs scenario, actually.
We're just going with it at the minute.
Well, I get to bring him to parties. Anyway, poor old Bex' party only got shut down, didn't it? Because the neighbours were kept up by the noise, and at 3:35 a.m. they decided enough was enough, and they raided it with the council, who shut the whole darn party down. Which, yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
3:35 a.m. I think if you're stuck at a party with Tom Cruise at 3:35 a.m. and he's probably there chewing Romeo's ear off about L. Ron Hubbard. Right, I think it was Romeo who tipped off the council. Actually.
Just like,
It's the only way. Fucking gets
Gordon
guys to
Ramsay on
leave
one
it.
side getting very cokey and intense about the Dauphinoise potatoes, and then Tom Cruise.
Gordon Ramsay keeps banging on about his stint at Rangers.
Yeah, it was probably a bit of a blessing to have
Yeah.
the council raiding.
wasn't it on a Monday night as well?
Was it?
I think so, yeah. So
That's pretty unreasonable.
Yeah.
I used to live next door to some Albanian drug lords who would party. It was always weeknights, and it was like the music would start around 3:35 a.m. and I'm talking pounding bass.
have you got the
Yeah, broom.
the broom
I'm
on the roof?
actually, I'm proud to admit I would go round and have a go at it.
Really?
It was.
Excuse me, chaps.
Yeah, please. I like music as much as the next one. guy.
I like house
Proud to
music
admit you sent
too.
your wife round.
The first time I went round, he offered me drugs to help
Nice.
me sleep. I was like, nah, can you just turn the music off?
Xanax.
Yeah, I think he was going stronger. Actually, Tom Cruise, I've got a funny story. I don't think we've ever talked about this on the pod. That it was in Pot Bitch newsletter. Said the story about Tom Cruise that basically when he was at Cannes for the film festival thing, he would. I'll just read it out. It said. The story goes that Cruise liked to make the most of his time in Cannes by always keeping his makeup artist on his yacht. On nights when he didn't have to do any schmoozing, he'd get the makeup artist to apply layers of silicone to his face as a disguise so he could go out unrecognised. If he pulled, he'd invite the lovely young thing back to his yacht and, explaining that he was mega rich, he would get them to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Then, in the morning, he'd go to the bathroom, take off all the silicone, and reveal to his unsuspected guest that they'd just spent the night with Tom Cruise.
That is fucking weird.
That is.
That is really fucking
Is
weird.
that not a crime?
It feels
Yeah,
like
it
something
feels like
out,
a crime.
Yeah.
feels like something out of Mission Impossible. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Sort of the opposite to the Stephen Graham approach of like, Google me, I'm on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like,
is there like some
Yeah.
legalities around that?
I
Like, if
think
you think
so.
you've slept
I
with
think-
someone and then
yeah.
they've taken the mask
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, or was that written into the NDA? Is that
Yeah.
what
I guess it was
got?
the 90s. It was,
Yeah, in the 90s.
But I guess
they were.
for Tom Cruise, it's like proving to himself that he can do it without his name.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, he's a weird old boy, isn't he?
He's a fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a rumor.
I guess with Scientology, they think that you like human beings are like immortal, that they're re-embodied in different like physical forms throughout their existence. So maybe he was just embodying one of his other.
Yeah.
different energy.
Yeah,
You know a lot
different-
about Scientology.
Yeah,
Or is
what
that-
level?
or have you just made that up?
What level are you?
I would love to tell you, JP, but I would have to.
Come with me on Sunday and I'll.
JP, you're going to be followed home now. Anyway, so back to Bex's party. So Brooklyn did not attend any of those parties, which He's genuinely a bit weird.
Yeah. Not to not go to one thing on your dad's 50th. Sounds
Yeah.
a bit like
Yeah,
there's
and
something up here.
There were
guys.
plenty of options. What I'm really enjoying about this is that both camps are now briefing the tabloids against each other.
Love that.
So Brooklyn's camp have been saying that basically they said that he was in London. They said he flew to London from LA and, quote, he suggested going for breakfast or a coffee with David, but was told the only chance to see the family would be at one of the lavish parties which Kim, Romeo's girlfriend, would likely be at, so he refused. As far as he sees it, his parents have chosen Romeo and his new girlfriend over him. So that's Brooklyn's side of the story.
That does seem harsh if David won't even go for a coffee with him if he's in London.
I mean, he's quite busy, mate. You've seen the schedule.
Yeah, but
He's got to be
surely
in
he can
Paris on
just-
Monday.
Surely
Miami
you can
Friday.
squeeze in a quick flat white.
Yeah, I mean, he had time to fucking have pints with Suarez, to have picantes with Suarez at Soho Beach House in Miami, but not his own son. But actually, I mean, I don't know how much of this fucking Heat magazine shit you want, but apparently, actually, Kim was not at the Cotswolds party, and he still didn't go to the one.
Mic drop.
Shit.
But yeah, but also, you know, Posh Spice and Brooklyn's wife.
Yeah, they hate each
I've got
other.
this on a good source.
Yeah.
Like, someone who knows. And yeah, Nicola, the wife, so they don't speak. Apparently, it really kicked off during their wedding. So there was some beef about whether she'd wear a Victoria Beckham dress. She didn't in the end. We're over that. But I learned this week another drama at the wedding. So apparently, so Victoria's got this mate, Mark Anthony. Apparently, he's the best-selling salsa artist of all time. He's quite famous in America, sort of celebrity. And his band played the wedding, and they charged a fee, which is a bit weird. But they before they played the first song, he did a speech, and Nicola and Brooklyn were like, oh, he's introducing our first dance. They'd even told him what song they want, and he started talking about the song. And then he was like gushing about Victoria. And then apparently he introduced the first dance would be a mother-son dance, which apparently was unplanned. And so Brooklyn had a dance with his mum, and Nicola stormed out and apparently was sobbing, which I think is fair enough.
I think that's a bit of a...
It feels like this happens all the time in families with like mother, son, and the wife, but it's accelerated heavily because you're the most famous family.
Yeah, but
on the
why does it have to
planet.
be like that? As in, I don't know who's mental in this. It's
Yeah.
awkward
Do
for
you-
Brooklyn
but
because he's living off Nicola's dad's coin.
Yeah, because surely
Yeah.
Nicola's from like a really
Yeah, they're
powerful family.
billionaires. Yeah, so it's difficult for him, but I don't think he's playing it that
Is
well.
his photography career not going that well?
Well, he's all about cooking now. Isn't he?
Oh,
He's
sorry.
got a hot
yeah.
sauce.
Yeah, the hot sauce.
How's
We
that
should try
going?
that,
We
actually.
should get it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
quite pricey.
Support him.
but-
He needs the coin.
Exactly, needs a backing. Anyway, it's all sounding quite Prince Harry.
We don't know whether Victoria had asked her mate to do the first.
I mean, I don't think
song
he
as
would have.
mother
I don't
song.
think Mark Anthony would do that without some encouragement. But I don't know.
If that is actually true, that is so weird.
I'm team Nicola now. I think.
Yeah, same.
I'm Team Brooklyn. I don't know about Nicola.
I
I just
mean-
remember. Do you remember Nicola? She did a film recently that her dad funded, and she got Brooklyn a part in it. But she said they had to cut him from it because he just kept staring at the camera.
He loves cameras.
Yeah, he's probably admiring the lens. Yeah,
That is so awkward if your first dance at a wedding was with your mum.
yeah. It's all a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's all very Prince Harry, I think. Right, summer's here. JP, your bod is looking smoother than Enzo Maresca's
Cheers.
head at the moment.
Thanks for that.
Have you been manscaping?
I have, yeah.
You did say the other day, was it you I was talking to who was saying?
We're going to do a pre and post in the Patreon, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to show it all. We did actually get a DM this week. I'm sorry, I've forgotten who from. And he said, I'm not expecting a lob on, but if JP doesn't at least show the tip on Patreon next week, I'm unsubscribing. So maybe this is the
So-
week.
You don't want to lose any subscribers, do you?
No,
so
we
I've got to
can't,
I've got to do my bit.
Yeah, I want a bit of ball bag, bit of smooth ball bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Zach, you're going away. Aren't you?
I'm going away. I'm going to be away for 3 weeks.
Well,
Yeah.
you're allowed annual leave here.
I've booked off. I've been working round the clock for
Yeah.
the last 2 years, and I'm now going on holiday. I actually haven't done the pre-holiday Manscaped yet.
Where,
Right.
where are you going? You're going.
Going to Malawi.
Yeah,
Wow.
is that the
3
vibe
weeks.
in Malawi? Is it like?
What Manscaped? I've never been.
Well, I imagine
but-
it's hot. So.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot.
Minimise
pretty
your
hot.
body
So
hair.
yeah, I am. By the time this episode comes out, I'll be
Shaved.
smoother than a baby's bottom.
Yeah,
Get it done. Send some photos.
got to pack your malaria pills, your
Yeah.
swimming trunks,
Yeah.
and
Manscaped.
And
Manscaped.
the Manscaped.
And actually, Manscaped have got a special new edition called the White Hot edition of their lawnmower. The lawnmower is the
Yeah, it's an absolute bad
the
boy.
one. So this is the same trimmer that is trusted by millions of men's balls, but now with a clean white and gold finish that looks just as smooth as it shaves. So it sounds like a sort of trimmer you'd find in a Mykonos beach club, chatting up some lobotomized Love Island reject. You know what I mean? White sofas. And that sort of crew are famously very Manscaped, aren't they?
And Malawi.
Yeah.
And in Malawi.
You can do it all.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like, are you probably not going to be in like trashy beach clubs?
No, I don't think that's really the vibe.
I don't think
there.
that's the vibe.
Are
Is
you
it?
going to go on the safari wearing like really sort of
Like mankini.
Yeah, mankini.
Yeah,
which is,
probably. I think that will attract the. There's quite a lot of hippos apparently.
Really,
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
be careful with
But
them, mate.
Biggest
hippos are quite
killer of man.
dangerous, so I probably will keep it fairly neutral colours, so the
Yeah.
mankini might stay off. But
you're not going to wear the white and use the white and gold one then.
the
Trimmer.
No, I'll just use my black one probably.
Right.
I'll
Nice.
get the white and gold one though for when I get back.
We need you to come back, Zach, and be careful with
In
the
one
hippos.
piece.
Also
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
mosquitoes, you probably want actually some body coverage.
So you're saying don't manscape before?
What?
Well, don't you think? Do you think hair? Can they
Um,
bite through hair?
You're actually right.
You
But
don't
I
get bitten
mean,
on the head much, do you?
Yeah.
Right, so scratch
So what-
that.
so-
Don't buy Manscaped.
So, yeah.
Sure, I
Um,
appreciate me saying that.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you just do your balls, don't leave your chest.
I don't think you generally get mosquito bites down there anyway, do you?
I have.
Yeah.
And then I
you?
made the double mistake of
Oh,
putting
s-
Tiger Balm on it because it,
Oof.
you know, Tiger Balm's quite good on bites.
What's
Yeah,
Tiger
but not
Balm
on
is?
your,
It's like
not
a,
on your naggers.
how would you describe Tiger Balm? It's like a,
It's like
like
an
a li-
ointment, but quite like a spicy
it's
ointment.
very spicy. And I put it on my balls, and then the problem is it's really hard to get off because it's not water soluble. So I jumped in the sea, just makes it
worse.
worse.
Is it like a tingly one?
Yeah,
Is it one of those
yeah, you
things?
know, real
you don't,
tingler.
you don't want to put that on.
And I bet
Yeah.
you've obviously not been bitten on the balls before.
No, I haven't. Not by
Cool.
a
Well,
mosquito.
Don't
anyway.
don't use Tiger Balm for it.
Get some
Yeah.
DEET on those
Or
balls.
isn't that? I'm sure there's a good product, isn't there? The crop soother.
Oh yeah, that
The
probably
what?
works
That
on
would
mosquito
be quite
bites.
good for
Crop
the
soother.
You don't
That's
use
the
crop soother.
Manscaped balm.
Comes with your Manscaped bundle.
That's the one I
I
rubbed
did
into
actually
you.
have a look. There's a hygiene bundle online that I've been eyeing up, and they've got it in there.
Oh, okay, I got some crop soother in my bundle.
I always use that
Nice.
after the Manscaped.
yeah,
it
it's
does.
It's
Yeah.
quite.
Because you obviously a
It
little,
soothes the crops,
a little
yeah.
prickly after any trim, even
Yeah.
one as good as this.
Yeah.
All right, White Hot looks, smooth results. The White Hot 5 Ultra brings the heat without cooking your skin. It's probably not what you want in Malawi. It's sleek, easy to use, and way less terrifying than whatever you were using before. True. Because I have been known to wet shave, and that is a fucking
Wet shave on the
What
balls.
shave on your nuts?
Yeah, I've tried it
Really?
all. Have you ever used
That is
Have you ever
dangerous.
used Veet?
You're off your head.
Veet is great, and then you get ingrowing hairs, and it's hell.
Yeah, no, I just
Feet,
think.
they're like strips.
Hair removal cream.
Oh wow.
It look.
And then do you shave, or
No,
does
no,
it just remove
has like
it?
you know, like a windscreen scraper for your car. It's got one of those, and it scrapes off. But it stinks, and you get really bad ingrowing hairs, which I've never had from Manscaped.
But is you at risk of cutting yourself? 'Cause
Not
obviously
from
a
that,
cut
but
down
ingrowing
there.
hairs are worse than a cut. But the wet shave, yeah, is a risk of cutting, which
Yeah,
don't do that.
just Manscaped.
Just Manscaped. It's fucking
It's-
simple. Making it easy for you.
Mm.
Just click the link in the show notes and use code UPSHOT for 15% off your entire order. That's bigger
a-
discount than usual.
Is it normally 10?
Normally
Isn't
10.
it? Yeah.
Can we
50%
not
off
get
your entire order at
special?
manscaped.com. That's 15% off, and I believe free delivery with code UPSHOT at manscaped.com. Stay cool, stay smooth, and leave the burns to the sun. Lovely.
Will do.
Good.
Yeah.
So heed that advice in Malawi.
Yeah.
You doing anything nice while you're there?
So yeah,
No.
gonna doing a safari,
Oh,
and
really
then
wanna
just
do one.
traveling around a bit. Gonna be just driving about, staying in some different places, doing a 4-day hike along
Sick.
Lake
Sick.
Malawi.
That's
Which is
great.
going to be very nice.
Great. If there is anyone in Malawi listening,
Yeah, if
who
we've got
wants
any
to
listeners in Malawi, then
invite
Yeah,
you.
I'm looking for a place to stay.
But where's the capital?
Lilongwe.
Yeah, if you're anyone in Lilongwe
Yeah, I'll be there.
or otherwise.
Be there
Yep.
for a few days.
So yeah, it's gonna get pretty weird in here without you, Zach.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Although you've already
without
said we
me?
you
can't
worried?
do anything fun without you. so-
Yeah.
So
Can't do the fishing trip.
well,
we might do a live stream, me and JP from the park.
If you're like just
can I
watching-
watch? So I'll be
You
on
can
safari
watch.
and I can watch it.
You can join remotely.
If we just
Oh, that
have
could be
like
nice,
the
yeah.
you know,
most,
do some work on holiday.
are you going to fly
Um,
back early if we start having like the most fun
Yeah,
3
well,
weeks
if
ever?
if the fishing trip happens, so we've
Cancel the safari.
We've been talking for over a year about doing a fishing trip. Our producer George his grandma lives by a river, I think, and we've been planning to do a fishing special.
like rods in the
and
water
then
while
rods
we
in the
talk.
water while we're doing the episode, and then last week, just as I'm about to go on holiday, Jack suggested that in a couple of
Next
weeks they
week.
do
I've
the,
had an
they, do
idea,
the big,
guys.
they do the big fishing trip. So that's been vetoed.
Yeah, that's
Zach
not
officially
happening.
toys out
Not
the
happening
pram.
until I get back.
Yeah. We'll be in the park,
Um,
topless.
Yeah.
Unless we do like live stream, maybe I could go fishing there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like I
to
said,
do-
if you want to do some workwear on holiday, you're completely welcome to. Right, let's move
I'll
on.
think about it. I'll think about it. Back closer to home, the leaders of Belgium and the Netherlands have quite a lot on their hands at the moment. Rising sea levels, Trump's tariffs on chocolate and stroop waffles, the declining popularity of Tintin in the wake of post-colonial theory. But nothing is keeping them awake at night like the crime wave that is sweeping through the region's footballing world. So we've told you a few times about Quincy Promes, the 49 cap Netherlands winger who had a bit of a coke smuggling cousin stabbing spree that landed him in a Dubai jail. We had Roddy Stam, of course, too, the Wigan FA Cup winner who was accused of importing 2 tons of cocaine into the Netherlands. Who could forget the Belgium legend Rajan Angolan, who was arrested recently, like last month, on suspicion of being involved in, you guessed it, cocaine trafficking. But it looks like there could be a new star on the block, and that is the Dutch former Napoli starlet Nathaniel Amoa. So Nathaniel was on the books at Napoli a few years ago, didn't quite make the grade there, and most recently he was playing in the 2nd division in Belgium. But I'm sorry to report that Nathaniel has just been sentenced to 2 years behind bars for taking part in an armed carjacking
Bad boy.
at an Esso garage in Belgium. So he was stopped at this Esso garage, and him and his accomplice, who were both wearing balaclavas, threatened a driver with a weapon and forced him to hand over the keys to his rented Mercedes.
They got the car.
They got the car. It was rented as well, so big blow for him.
Yeah.
Driver.
What is the? Do you just sell the car?
I don't know. So apparently they got arrested later that day, and the car was discovered an hour later. So
Because surely
They sort-
rental
they
cars
sort of- I
have
don't know
like more tracking in them because the
yeah,
rental
you think
companies
so. I
need
don't
to.
know. I'm not sure what they were doing with the car.
Was it just like a
Is
GTA?
it- maybe it's like a sort of getaway car for something, because
yeah.
they'd like ditched the car, so they weren't trying to sell it or anything.
like
um,
a sort of GTA spontaneous rampage.
Maybe
You know,
they were
when
just-
you're not doing the mission.
you know,
you're
it's
just like,
Yeah, pressing
yeah.
R2 and just fucking
yeah,
shit
just
up.
go
yeah,
for it.
yeah. So that's quite
Or
fun,
it was,
actually.
were they waiting there for a nice car to show up? I feel like you don't see much carjacking these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Where's all the good carjacking
Yeah.
gone?
Like the lost art of carjacking.
Yeah. I think it's since they started doing like the helicopter chases on police camera action, people realised you don't get
Yeah.
far really with the carjacking.
Or tracking software's just got a lot better, so it's quite hard to do.
True. Yeah, on a rented Mercedes they'll have high tech.
They will have high
Yeah.
tech.
Quite like it
Um,
in a police chase video, the inevitable bit where they ditch the car and run through a
Yeah,
field.
yeah, yeah.
Why is there
Yeah.
always a field?
My favourite part is when it's at night and they've got the heat vision thing, but you can see them hiding.
They're like in the shed.
you
like,
can see them in the shed.
So is that it? He's in the slammer.
He's in the slammer for the next 2 years.
So it's
yeah.
another Dutch footballer. So
Another
we're on
Dutch
4.
footballer. We're on 4. We got one off a pretty decent five-a-side
Yeah,
team.
five-a-side
One is
team.
Belgian, but
We actually need a
Lo-
keeper for the five-a-side team.
Oh yeah.
so
Come on,
if,
guys.
Bart Verbruggen is.
Yeah, what's Raymond van der Houw up to? Can he be talked into a career change?
Planning his next crime.
Yeah.
But it's low countries, isn't it? 'Cause we've got Belgium in there.
Belgium.
So
yeah,
we will accept Luxembourg as well.
Mm,
Benelux,
yeah.
if there are any.
Um,
Yeah, I feel like there might be some other Dutch ones as well.
I'm sure
why,
there are.
Why
if we
does
go
Dutch football?
lower down the tier? But these are all fairly big names, apart from Nathaniel Amoa. Made 0 appearances.
Did
for
he
Napoli.
never play for Napoli? No.
No, he didn't. I was reading an article about it, and it said that he rubbed shoulders with Koulibaly and Dries Mertens.
Great player.
Which initially I was like, amazing. He must have made like a few appearances, but I think he
Nothing.
brushed shoulders with them
Mm.
in the canteen.
Yeah, we have been sort of steadily going down the pecking order in terms of playing career.
This is a wild crime though, which I quite
Mm.
like.
What is it about Dutch football? Let us know. If you...
Yeah,
Caught up in sewered underworld.
We're
I think,
actually talking
I think
about
the crime world in those countries is quite big.
Mm.
The organised crime because of the ports.
yeah.
we're actually talking about doing a documentary format about Quincy Promes.
Yeah, we're doing it
Mm.
next week while you're off.
Stephen Graham's gonna do a sort of joint collab
Stephen
on
Graham's
it. It's on
playing Zach.
Netflix. Yeah, I'll take that, to be honest.
On the flip side, outside of the Low Countries, I actually think footballers have become much sort of better behaved than they used to. I mean, there was a time when mentioning chess in a Premier League dressing room would have got you a turd in the shoe and a wedgie from Vinnie Jones.
100%.
But the mood's changed. Footballers now, there's been a few sort of nerdier stars who have changed the vibe. Bukayo Saka's got an A star in maths, I believe. Patrick Bamford is grade 7 violin, and Patrick Bamford also turned down a place at Harvard.
That doesn't surprise me. Did you see him playing acoustic guitar at the Leeds Championship parade?
No.
He got spotted in a little Irish bar playing like an acoustic version of Sam Fender with a load of Leeds fans. around
Really?
him. It's the most
That's
Patrick
great.
Bamford thing
Yeah, it's all very
fucking
good
ever.
Anyway, now Eberechi Eze, the Crystal Palace star, has just won a chess.com
I saw this.
tournament. So apparently a lot of the Palace players play chess. Michael Elise got him into it when he was at Palace, and Eze is the absolute star. And the other night there was a tournament contested by 12 celebrity content creators and athletes, and Eze won. He trousered a 20 grand prize. He beat Minecraft streamer Sapnap in the final. I mean,
Okay, all right. So when you said 12 celebrities were taking part,
who are you hoping for?
I was thinking
Conor McGregor.
Tom Cruise, and
Angry Ginge.
Angry Ginge.
But like we talk a lot about the like really trashy end of the influencer market where they're like nonce hunting or just like guzzling energy drinks. But I didn't realize there's like an intellectual fringe
Yeah.
where they play chess and shit.
I had a bit of a dig on Eze's score. It's not that great.
Are you not rating it?
on what his chess history is rating.
Score is,
What is ELO rating?
He's better than me, for instance, but he's not like out of this world. He's 1100.
ELO rating.
Yeah, it's like the overall chess rating. So
yeah.
he would get absolutely schooled by a pro.
Yeah,
for
but I mean,
instance.
he's a pro. He's a pro in other fields as well. I think that's still.
I am just really bitter.
Who's
so,
better? Because Mo Salah plays chess every day online.
Yeah,
He says.
Odegaard is another one that plays loads.
I'd like to see Salah playing against Eze. That feels like the obvious move.
Yeah.
Oh, Mo Salah is a
This is
1400
what I mean.
ELO. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. And getting from that 1100 to 1400 is a big jump, Michael. So just, keep practicing.
During lockdown, I got to, I think 1200 on Age of Empires.
Nice. That doesn't surprise
Elo
me.
rating. Me and my clan were bossing it.
I don't know whether you want to tell
I
everyone
would
that sort of
love to
stuff.
still play, but I've got a kid now, so I'm not allowed.
Maybe you can get him into it.
Yeah, he's not old enough, but boy, will I be. Oh, yeah.
100%.
Can't wait. Some people teach their kids to play football. I'm teaching mine how to fucking own the Franks.
My friend and his dad have got into play Fortnite together.
Nice.
Like, he got him into it, and they're always like playing. And he said one of the most emasculating things he's ever seen was his dad get killed on Fortnite. His dad has a skin as like a really hot girl as his skin, and then he saw his dad get killed, and then whoever killed him went over, and they do like the Fortnite dances. It was seeing his dad's like lifeless corpse on the ground in Fortnite with some teenager doing like twerking on top of it.
Degrading.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to ask me.
That'll be you soon.
Anyway, on Eze, chess.com said Eze showed that he's as good at defending as he is at attacking, taking advantage of Sapnap, who missed a key attacking idea, which led to an unfortunate brain fart and peace blunder. Which means very little to me, to be honest. But congratulations to him. I think it's nice. We often lament that footballers have got a bit more boring, but I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good. I was looking into other clever footballers. So you know how Graham Lasso used to get called the Professor because he would read The Guardian on the team bus.
Yeah, I mean, he got abused in a few ways, didn't he, Graham?
They were like homophobic chants, weren't they?
Homophobic
Was that
was a
because he
big
read The
one.
Guardian?
Yeah, I think he was like one of the first ones to have an autobiography out as well, which didn't help him.
Oh yeah.
Or did he actually write his? Or?
Probably not, Coach,
Yeah.
right?
And then I was looking, so Glen Johnson was doing a maths degree a few years back. I guess he completed it, and he was learning Spanish. And he also is now, his job now is CEO of a property development firm that he runs with his brother. Looking at a picture of him from the
Wow.
website in a suit, in
Oh, he looks
quite a
so
tight
boring.
shirt.
Too tight.
That is the shirt of a property firm. Though.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
a tight shirt.
Or an estate agent.
Yeah.
It's a bit like an estate
I
agent.
think he basically is.
Yeah, but it's similar, isn't it?
I'm surprised you didn't mention Juan Mata.
What's his deal?
Juan Mata, he just graduated from Harvard. He's like
Oh,
the
he
boff of all boffs.
Yeah, but isn't that like he did like a week-long Harvard
I
endorsed
think it was. I
course?
think it was a marketing
Yeah,
degree,
yeah.
but,
But it wasn't like he wasn't at Harvard for 4 years doing a degree. He did
I'm-
like a week-long.
There is something around like
Summer
he's just
school.
graduated properly from Harvard, and he was always like
He kind of
doing,
did.
doing some sort of like economics course.
It's pretty
yeah.
boffy as it goes for a footballer, but
Yeah.
it's like a week-long thing.
See,
What, we're just looking at a picture of.
graduated from Harvard.
Studied business and
it's-
entertainment, media and sports.
I'm just saying it's not a
Okay.
full degree.
I mean, he's a proper boff, and they're all Chelsea players, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah. Well, hang on. We'll
Whatever.
come on to more of them. But before on Glen Johnson, the year he set up the property development firm, although he was, acting quite egghead publicly, he was also there was another side to Glen Johnson because this is the time that he and Millwall striker Ben May were caught trying to steal a toilet seat from B&Q in Dartford. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but basically he got caught slipping the toilet seat into the box of another item that had a cheaper price tag. And he also tried to steal a set of taps by sliding them under the counter when they were at checkout,
I think that's quite entrepreneurial.
which is pretty mad. He was earning 30 grand a week at the time and the toilet seat was 80 quid. But he,
Maybe just buy it.
there was an interview from the security guard in The Guardian. He said, "We all recognise Johnson. No one could quite believe that a bloke like him with all that money would be moronic enough to nick a toilet seat. But that's what him and May were doing." Quite
Fair
like that
enough.
there are two sides to him.
Yeah.
Wiley Fox. And then other clever footballers, Frank Lampard. So according to the internet, Frank Lampard, during his time at Chelsea, he took an IQ test, which revealed he had a score of above 150, which is not far off Albert Einstein's IQ of 160. It's like full on genius.
Okay. Oh, but
I wouldn't argue that.
Are IQ tests not discredited?
Yeah, I think
I
they
think they're bollocks.
they belong with like skull measurements. Get the old
How
calipers
do
out.
you what? I've never done.
So I just took one before we went on,
Oh yeah.
but annoyingly at the end it asked for 50p to
And
get the score.
What? And you're too tight to pay
didn't have-
50p?
Didn't have time to put my credit card details in because I need to.
You've got
What
Apple
kind of
Pay.
what kind of twist?
It was
tests
10
are there?
questions. It was just pattern matching. It was like what's next in the sequence.
I'd say your IQ is pretty high.
I reckon I got eight
I
of
do-
the
I'm
eight
not
of the
so
10
sure.
questions right,
Yeah.
which I don't know what
Should
IQ.
we?
You're
who
not
do- who
up-
do you
you're not
reckon
up to
who's got-
Frank.
Who's got the best IQ here?
Well, if you wanted me to put it in order,
Should we do a test?
well, obviously it's between you two, and then I'll come third.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know.
No.
I mean, IQ's
I mean-
bollocks. But
What kind of questions?
like I
So-
said, it was like visual patterns.
Okay.
So it's like what's
Yeah.
next in the sequence.
All right, we'll do one.
Is that a? Should we do it?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We'll do one and then post the
We-
results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do one after a 3-week holiday when I'm feeling nice and relaxed. And
Yeah, okay. You do one in Malawi.
And we'll do one when we got Stephen Graham on next week.
Yeah, he I think
which Stephen Graham will we get?
Oh, yeah, true.
Depending on which day you catch him. I think he's got
naughty or
quite
nice.
different results.
Yeah, I kind of think IQ. Americans love it, but I kind
Yeah.
of think it's bollocks. But anyway, Frank Lampard's apparently puts him in the world's top 0.5%. He's one of the cleverest people on earth.
Legend.
I think he's clever. I don't know if I buy that.
Yeah. I think he always comes across as pretty
Well
smart.
spoken.
Yeah.
Fantastic goal scorer. Great manager.
Yeah.
Doing very well with Coventry, guys.
He
That's
is,
what I'm
yeah.
going
Is
to
he?
say. Yeah.
Is it going well?
Playoffs, yeah.
They're pushing for the playoffs, yeah.
Because I think we'd all like to see it work out for him and Gerrard.
Yeah, I think he seems to do very well in the Championship. He had a really good run at Derby before he came to Chelsea, and then
Was it
car
that good? I
crash.
swear, I
decent.
swear they
It
finished
was
sixth and then he
alright.
took over and they finished sixth.
Yeah,
And then he
that's
got the
good.
Chelsea job.
It's called it's called consistency, Zach.
And Gerrard had quite a good time up at Rangers. I just think like you going straight into the Premier League is mental. You need to
Yeah,
learn.
you should. Yeah, earn your
And
colours,
stripes.
earn your stripes.
All right, finally, we like to keep our tabs on football conspiracy theorists here, don't we? And generally, they're South Coast guys. It's Letitia, it's Ricky Lambert. Who's the other one?
David Cotterill.
David Cotterill. Has
Who-
he got a Southampton link? Dunno.
He's Welsh, but can't remember if he did play.
Just
I
a
can't
short
remember.
train ride away from the
Yeah.
South Coast. Anyway, I've got a new one, which is Man City fullback Ian Brightwell. Do you remember him? He was at Man City for like 12 years, but ending in 98.
Hmm.
So club legend, played like 300 odd games for them. Anyway, I was reading the Dispatch newsletter recently, which is like long form articles. Very good. I really recommend it. I'm actually going to chuck a link in the show notes to the newsletter. And they did a feature where they spent the Easter weekend with David Icke. He has a festival of ideas in Birmingham. It's like a 3-hour event where David Icke just gets more and more mental.
I was hoping that spending the Easter weekend with David Icke would just be sort of do like an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, on the Isle of
Have
Wight.
a roast.
No
Yeah.
No
Eggs.
chance.
Lamb lunch. Yeah. No, anyway, among the hordes of Ickists was Ian Brightwell, who got chatting to the reporter in this Dispatch article. And Ian Brightwell revealed his theory. He's a big Ickeist, and he revealed his theory about J.P. Morgan and the Titanic. So J.P. Morgan, who was the richest man in the world at the time, he owned the Titanic. But in the piece, he said that the American financier, supposedly there were these 3 billionaires who were trying to stop him create the Federal Reserve in America, which is like a central bank. And so he invited these bankers onto the Titanic and then cancelled his own ticket at the last minute. And then the Titanic sank and the central banking system was born.
If he owned the Titanic, did he need a ticket?
That's a good point.
Surely it's his fucking boat.
Well, he didn't come.
So
He was meant to be on board. but he
So
didn't come.
quite a lot to sink that ship just for the sake of killing those
Yeah.
three
Yeah,
people. But,
just killed another 3,000 people as
Yeah,
well.
makes you think, though.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Annoyingly, I was hoping for even more wacky than that.
Yeah.
But
I mean that, yeah.
All those bankers and Jack Dawson at the bottom of the ocean.
and Jack's mate, the Italian, the bastardo. Do you know what I mean? What's he called?
Isn't it something really stereotypical like
Yeah,
Marco
probably. It's like a
or
J.K.
something?
Rowling style name. All right. Yeah. Anyway, Ian Brightwell is one of them. Not endorsing Supreme CBD yet, I know. But
Give it time.
Give it time.
Yeah.
The Supreme CBD verse will swallow him up just like everyone else. All right, I think that's all we got time for.
Oh,
But we're going over to Patreon now, where we are going to be busting open some super injunctions. So these are the stories that footballers and some other stars suppressed using the courts because they are too damn scandalous for the public to hear about. And we're busting them wide open. We'll be spilling all the gory details. So yeah, if you like salacious scandals and you didn't go for our like weird animal cruelty episode last week, then this is more sort of back to our roots.
Victorian animals do the darndest things.
Yeah. To be fair, that was actually very popular.
We did, yeah. We've had a couple of weird ones in a row. So
Yeah.
now we're just getting
Now we're getting
to
back to like Premier League
exposing
stars
scandals.
Chill it out.
shagging people and then trying to suppress it.
Yeah.
So join
They
us.
can't suppress us.
They can't. Hopefully, anyway, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, some big names in it. So come over to Patreon if you're not a member already. It's patreon.com/upshottowers. It is a paltry £3 a month.
It is £3. Remember to do it not through the Patreon app because we had a couple of people getting in touch saying that it's coming up as a little bit more expensive, but that's
Yes.
because the Patreon app charges you a fee. So do it not through that.
Bastards.
Yeah, it's Apple.
Do it
isn't
on your browser.
Do it on your browser, not on the Patreon app. It's cheaper, much cheaper. £3 a month. We'll see you on there hopefully, and if not, we will see you on Tuesday.
Part 2 of Ryan Giggs is
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
it's part 2 of Ryan Giggs.
When he gets a super injection, in fact.
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah, which is the reason we're talking about it. Yeah. All right. Thanks, JP.
Thanks, guys. Enjoyed that.
Zach, we'll see you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, see you in 3 weeks.
I guess people will hear you on Tuesdays.
I'll be on Tuesday's one.
Yeah, from Malawi.
Yeah. Doing part 2 of Gigs from there.
And thanks a lot for listening.